And what's for saying that?
You have loads of presents, man.
For people, not for me.
Oh, right.
That's yours.
For people. Oh, that's so lovely.
How much do you think people should pay for coaching?
Hey.
Let's talk money.
Okay, I'll give it a top.
Intimacy, because I was trying to define intimacy in friendships and relationships. And I started to understand that actually intimacy is not just in relationships. Before then, I thought it was just in relationships.
Right. Okay.
But then having experienced that level of intimacy with my coach, and before my coach, I experienced that level of intimacy with my therapist. This intimate, I think my therapist, if I digress a little, explained intimacy as being able to see into me.
That's a nice one.
And I was like, these people see into me because I come as me. It was interesting. The first day my coach said to me, we were talking about the different types of me that I was experiencing. This was last year. And we gave her different names. Sounds crazy, but we both understand what we're trying to say. And then she said to me, people don't realize how private you are when they see you on social media.
Right.
And I laughed and I was like, coming from somebody who knows me, I'm glad somebody else gets it. The same way my flatmate would tell you, people don't realize how introverted you are because they watch your videos.
Okay.
And I'm like, and my flatmate and I were talking about it and we were like, it's not because I fake when I comment and I'm like high energy.
Yeah.
Those two parts are me.
I'm proud of you. Yeah.
And it took somebody that I lived with for a few months at the beginning of the pandemic. It took her, one day I was saying to her, actually, I think I'm liking my own space and my own, I don't want to talk to anybody after I've been out.
Yeah.
And she said, you're actually not an extrovert. And I'm like, all my life I've been told I'm an extrovert. And then she said, actually, you are an ambivert. So I went to research
What is that?
It is the smack in the middle.
I'm going to Google that.
Yeah, it's in the middle of introvert and extrovert.
Okay, ambivert.
So that's when I started researching. I was like, actually, I am an ambivert, which means I can be high energy, and sometimes I can be flat, and it's not because something is wrong. But that came through coaching, therapy, and those kind of relationships. So what my coach said, people don't realize how private you are. And she said, no matter what camera is in your face, there's certain things you would never say. And I'm like, yep. But people would not believe that.
Interesting. Well, yeah, I guess it takes someone that know you very intimately to be able to see that side of you.
Yes.
Yeah. So from the outside perspective, you're like happy 24/7. Like your Vive, because there's this Vive that I see from the outside looking in, which is, you're just a joyous person. You're an extrovert, basically.
But I'm not. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I experienced this other Vive that wasn't jumping off the horse, I was shocked. I thought I was going into depression, so I was scared. So I brought it to my coach and I was like, there's this part of me that's quite comfortable not talking. I spotted it from when I go into a room and I find somebody who's a talker. I'm so happy and relieved now. Talk for two of us. But I'd never experienced that person. And my coach was like, okay, let's observe her.
Yeah.
Do you know what we came to the conclusion of? She is the recharger that helps the joyous Viv. So I'm going to say...
Oh, I see. So you're referring to the she as in the calm, the introverted side of you.
Is the one that recharges the joy. And that's why my energy is natural, it's free.
Yeah.
It's not because I've earned so much money or I've made a business. I'm just a happy person. Yeah. But at the same time, I think I had a period for this year where she came through. This introverted Vivian came through. It must have been from the summer up until my birthday. I was very flat, but I was not unhappy.
Okay.
I just wasn't jumping. I just didn't see the need to jump.
Yeah.
But it took coaching. Otherwise, I would have thought I've gone mad.
Yeah, to be really comfortable.
Exactly. So I had to accept her. So we called them two names. And we said the ideal position would be to find a balance.
Sure.
So I think it was a year ago we started working towards the balanced Viv.
Okay.
And now I am both people and I'm okay with it.
Okay.
It could only have been because of coaching.
Yeah, I mean that's what you get with coaching. You get this side of yourself that actually has been there. You don't understand it, or you don't go to it quite often. Yeah. Or you think it's weird.
Oh my God, that's the first thing I felt. Like,
you think it's
this
weird.
is weird. Am I depressed? She was like, no, I don't think you are.
And the coach gets to realize that aspect of you and to be comfortable with it. Yeah. So my coach I go to him to be like a better version of myself, to push my boundaries, right? Someone likes to call me madman. So
I think you are.
at least the last 12 months anyway, like my engagement with my coach. Actually, no, he's forcing me to think back. So I'm usually like,
go forward.
I'm always thinking forward. I'm always in the future. I'm like 5 years ahead.
Remember when you told me when I told you that this is the first year where I don't have a plan, and you're like, I said I looked at my vision board, and I've achieved 80% of it, and the other 20% is out of my hands. And you were like, does that mean you're not dreaming enough? I laughed and I was like, this is such a high achiever. Continue going. Go.
That's the side of me. It's like it's constantly running. Going forward. And that's interesting because quite often I'm like, why do I like running?
That's the only thing a coach can get you to stop and think about.
Why do I like running? And I think that there's an interesting relationship there with my drive for for pushing myself, right? But he gets me to kind of just pause. Okay, like stop. Like look back. And look at where what's happened, how you've evolved, what you've done so far, and all of that stuff. And in the moments where I do that, I'm like, wow, And
sometimes I found that some of my drive were not necessarily healthy, which means it's not sustainable. Which means it's not who I want to be. And so when I challenged myself this year and I said, I'm not going to have a plan, I'm going to let life happen to me. In fact, when I was painting at 5:40 a.m. this morning, of course, God talks to me in 10 million ways, right? The Holy Spirit came through and I was like, what?
Did you paint that?
Yeah, so I'm still painting. It's called Paint by Numbers, and it's going to take me forever to finish it. Maybe I'll finish it on New Year's Day. But so I was going through, it's different numbers, different paint, so you have to keep swapping. And I was like, when I finish number 4, I'll find number 6 and da. And then the Holy Spirit said to me, this has been your year, 2021. It's been the different things, but watch out. When you finish this painting, it's all going to come together. And that's how my life has been this year. For the first time, I didn't have 10 whatever plan, 7-meter plan. I looked at my vision board and I was like, everything I want, I've achieved. It's just 20% of 100. Come on, this is good enough. Let's just not plan. I think part of my COVID experience as well made me just go, I'm not planning because if things had happened the other way, I would not have been here. But I've achieved so much more, especially internal growth. I was chatting to my group of coaches because we meet. It was such an amazing group together. We meet, so we did our final catch up for the year. And I said to them that 2021 is one year that I have grown so much now. I'm no longer afraid of the lows of life. So before, I thrived when life was good. Yes, with my faith in God and all of that, I could walk through challenges when life is not great, but I feared when life was down. This year, I had different tumultuous moments. You know the story of Incredible Everyday Woman, how at some point we couldn't lunch and all of that. That was on the side. I remember just packing my bags, leaving London to my cousins. She called me randomly and I was in deep tears. And she was like, this one you cry like this. I was like, we might not be able to launch on the airport. She just said, pack your bags, come over. And I took 2 days off work, which was a long weekend for me. I took myself out of London. I went there. All I did was sleep. And then she said to me, the thing with you is when you put your mind to something, it's all of you. So when something happens, it feels like your father died again. That's how deep it is for you. She goes, I get it. It will launch. The day it launched, I called one of my best friends and I said, can I just cry? And he was like, of course you can. So he sat on the phone and I cried because I was happy. So now when people say to me, you have so much energy or you're showing emotion, I'm like, get on with the program, because when I'm happy, I cry. When I'm sad, I cry. And I say to them, if you can deal with me being happy, please be ready. If you're going to be my inner circle, be ready to deal with me being sad, because that's the two type of me. It's no longer a taboo. And those were the things that I became confident with, that level of weirdness, because I have a coach I can go back to and say, I think this is all a bit odd. And again, they'll ask all the questions. I'll find my own way and I'll be like, it's not odd. I've just noticed it.
It's just a different part of you.
Yeah.
I think you were saying something there, like there's this internal growth that you've accomplished this year. And obviously you had the COVID experience.
Yes.
How do you think that's transformed you as a person?
I think the COVID near-death experience filtered the rock from the stones and the granites. A lot of things don't matter to me anymore. A lot, as in, I used to sweat the small things. And that was my biggest frustration as a human being. It was easy to let perfection go. Because all the plans I had for going to Lagos Christmas 2020 went pear-shaped. I was in front of people in a hospital of 100 sick people, and people were dying. I would literally look at this person, just take their last breath and be put in a bag. So it felt like everybody else was waiting to die. So in my head, I was like, so I understood life and death. And the difference between life and death is hope. My dad had passed, and I love my dad so much. So let's say my dad was on this side, and life was on this side. I thought about the facts where I don't have a relationship, I don't have children. What do I have to lose? I think at least people can watch my old videos, and they can say there was once a Vymart. I'm a Christian. Unless salvation is wrong, then I'm going to heaven. So I really didn't feel like I had anything to lose. So I was in the middle here, and I was like, if I think about my dad so much, I would die. And if I die, I'll go to heaven. So at least I don't have to pray and fast anymore. But maybe there's more for me to do here. So you know what I did? I asked my sister-in-law and my sister to ask my nieces and nephews to do funny videos and send to me. That was the point I knew I was born to have kids. Because the only thing that gave me hope was children.
Yeah, wow.
And then my nieces and nephews sent me these really lovely, funny videos. I found some of these videos from my nieces and nephews. So I'm going to just pop them on here so you guys can enjoy.
Wow.
Get well.
Wow.
Auntie Vivian, get well.
Wow.
Say, I miss you.
Bless you.
Love you.
Love you.
Get well.
One of my nieces always sings happy birthday in a funny way, and she goes, beep, 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 hooray. So her mother dressed both of them up, put them against the wall and said, sing for Auntie Vivian. Send it to me.
Happy birthday to Auntie. Beep, beep, beep.
Baby, way.
Beep, beep, beep. Say happy birthday, Auntie Vivian. Good.
So that experience kind of took the things that were important became more important. Yeah.
And what were those things that were important?
Family, real friendships, purpose.
Wow.
The first thing I started working on when I could sit was Incredible Everyday Woman. At that time, my project coordinator will tell you that. At the time, I called it Ask Viv documentary.
Okay.
We went from ideation. I would literally finish those calls and go and lie down because I didn't have energy. I was still in Lagos at the time, still recovering. But we started working on it, and I started to see how it could be. And that gave me hope to live. And the fact that I didn't get into one of those green bags that those other people, and there was Incredible Everyday Woman in my stomach at the time, it meant I was here for a time as this. I live for purpose now.
Yeah.
I can't explain.
And then out of that, so you understood like purpose.
Yes.
You understood friendship.
Yes.
And family.
I started to value friendship. And I had a new definition to family. Family is not just blood.
Yeah.
There's a song I've fallen in love with. It's called Chosen Family by Eliton John. And this, I'll send it to you.
Please do.
It's so amazing. The words.
Please do. Don't forget, please do.
I will send it to you. Like, I've been playing it all day this morning. I'll play it again. It means that it's our experiences that bring us together. We don't have to have the same gene or the same surname. I have goosebumps as I was talking about it. And that's where family, who is my family? And I was saying this when I was doing one of the Vlogmas, and somebody said, oh my God, you have so many presents. You must be very generous. I said, no. Everybody, and once was saying
you have loads of presents, man.
For people, not for me.
Oh, right.
That's yours.
For people. Oh,
yeah. So
that is so lovely.
You can't open it until Christmas Day.
Oh, I can't?
No, you can't.
Okay.
And it's not just for you. It's you and Justina. Anyway.
Are you sure it's for me or it's for Justina?
No, it's both of you.
Okay.
Both of you can enjoy it.
All right. Cool.
So that's...
Thank you.
You're welcome. So when someone was saying to me, you bought so many presents, I said, everybody on my gift list means something to me.
Oh.
You know, you're feeling special.
I feel very special. This is what happens when you sat next to a coach. That sweet man. They can ginger you.
That's not the point. That's not the point. But I've come to appreciate certain relationships, and now I don't hold on to relationships that are not working for me. That's not because I've gone to a whole new level of selfishness.
Sure.
I just know what works.
Yeah.
And it does not. Family for me is not just blood. Family is anybody I can connect from inside. And it took coaching and that life experience to get me there.
No, I totally agree with that. I've always had that intuition from a very young age, but a good reference to that is actually Jesus Christ. And I always kind of feel like maybe I'm twisting it, but actually no. And there was a bit in the Bible where Jesus Christ was teaching. He was educating like the crowd, and someone reached out to him to say, "Hey, your mom and brother are calling you."
Yes.
Right? And then in that audience, and it sounds kind of disrespectful, right? If you think about it, right? Like your mom and brother are calling, they're calling you, and in that moment he said, "Who is my brother? Or who are my brothers? Or who are my sisters? Or the people that do the will of God?" For me, I'm driven by that. I hold that concept so dearly in terms of the definition for friendship, for family. And I have like this weird ideas of like, in a very odd way, I would rather give my last penny to a homeless person than to give it to my mom. Because my mom will be fine.
I agree.
Yeah? But that homeless person probably wouldn't. You know, and yeah, so I do agree with your definition of family.
Interestingly, so with all of this value that you get from a coach, how much do you think a coach is worth? The trick question, money. Let's talk money. How much do you think people should pay for coaching?
How much? I don't know. I think coaching is one of those things. Like it's an invaluable thing or experience. Yeah. Right. You can't really. It's hard to put a price tag to it. It's hard Like personally for me, the more expensive the coach is, the more I want to work with that person. Right. Yeah, because the more value you get out of it, the more they know what they're doing. I mean, I say to people, I'm not everybody's coach. I was born to coach leaders to have impact so that they can have a balanced life. It's on my wall. That's the kind of people I coach. I only coach leaders. Exactly. And those leaders run multi-billion-dollar organizations. So of course I'm not cheap. And I don't want to coach 10 million. I might just coach 10 in a year and I'm fine. Exactly. So at some point, it's not about like, coaching hundreds and hundreds of people. It's like maybe coaching 10 people. Yeah. Like, 10 is fine by me. To make an impact in the world. And those 10 people can then go and impact the lives of millions and billions of people. And there are different coaches for different things. Some people want to coach women. Like you said, your coach is for men to be better than themselves. My coaching is for leaders because they trickle down effects. Yeah. And I think for me, it's also because I can... So they say some people are natural born leaders. I think I was born a leader. I just jumped to and no, this is not an ego thing. I just jumped to the front and put my head up. Everybody just says, Vivian, do it. It's been from a child. I'm just teasing you. I understand them. When I met you and you were like, are you sure you're not driven enough? In my head, I was like, Uncle, go get her. Continue. We have been on that line. I can relate. So if I coach a leader who's so driven, desperate to have more impact upon the ones they've had, I have empathy. I know where they're coming from because that person is me. Yeah. And that's not because I will shift from my coach hat to become their friend. No. It just means I understand. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And that's why I genuinely enjoy coaching leaders who want to have impacts because I feel their pain. 100%. And from that angle, like, then it becomes less of a question of like price. Yeah. Like, my coach, the first time, I started working with him and he said, it's going to cost X amount. I didn't question it. It's going to cost that amount. At the time, relatively to like what I have in the bank account, it was high. Yeah. Right. And many people would not be able to justify that. But again, like my thinking is, I would rather spend all of my money on like self-development, self-improvement, than like material things. Like that's like it's a no-brainer. Like if you tell me, Kay, pour £1 million into yourself, I'm not going to question why, because I know that £1 million will trickle down to $1 billion. I just know it. Like if I'm paying you £1 million to do something with Kay, like I know that that's going to be 100 million like return on investment. Preach. Right? So I think like the question for me, like coaching is priceless. Like it's priceless. I don't think that there's a fixed amount to pay for it.
Yeah.
I would be wary of a very cheap coach.
Me too. Who trained you? Who trained
I'd be
you?
wary. Like, I want someone who think like their 1 hour with me
It's valuable.
is so valuable.
Yes. Preach.
They value it quite high, and now maybe they might give me a discount. That's a separate thing.
I don't give discounts.
Right? I'm just saying, like, and then if I get that, I'm like, wow, like, I'm working with coaches that usually charge people £1 million and I'm getting it for 100K, right? I'm not saying I'm paying 100K. I'm just saying, like, being able to access someone that I couldn't afford, or the value, the experience, or the time of someone, of a valuable time, like, to me is incredible. So, I don't know, like, but obviously there are also levels to these things, right?
Yes.
Like, there are like maybe entry level where you just need someone to like coach you with like some aspects of your life.
Yeah.
And you need someone that something is affordable
I agree.
for you at that level.
Yeah.
But I think like the older, well, maybe not older, like the more you evolve, the more you realize that, well, for me anyway, like I choose coaches that are like where I want to be.
Good.
Right? So at some point, like I probably, like me and my coach, we have this conversation. I'm like, Joel, do you think at some point, like I'm going to evolve you? And he's like, no. Because like he's always doing tons of things.
Yeah,
like he's
working on himself.
Like whatever he's teaching me, he's applying it to himself.
Yeah.
Right? And he's doing all these incredible stuff. I'm like, Jesus Christ, how do you keep up? So if I'm asking how do you keep up, that means I still need your service. Right? Because I want to know how you're able to consistently produce in all aspects of his life. Like he's a family man, and physically he's in shape, and he's running his business. He's doing all of these things that me, I'm still struggling with. So I'm like, okay, but like I want to know how you're doing that, and for me, that's the value. Like, so if I have part of my value is family, but quite often I focus a lot of my efforts and resources on business. So when I'm having challenges like in relationship, I go to him and it's like, okay, cool, okay, let's go back to your values, right? Or your priorities. And it's like, okay, he's only able to ask me that because he's living it, right? Like he's living that. Because otherwise, if you're not living that, you can't. It's hard for you to bring it out of another person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'd like to bring you into context, because obviously people are listening to you and they're going to go, so who's this guy talking about value, talking about £1 million coach, talking about, who you be, uncle? I'm going to get you to introduce yourself, because I think one of the reasons I wanted to chat to you as a person, I think you are one of so I create content for Africans in diaspora and Africans in Africa, right? You are an icon to be admired. Someone that inspires a lot of people.
Wow.
Do you see what I mean? Oh, you won't be my friend if you don't inspire me. No worry. I don't have. What am I doing with you? Do you think I have time to be? Do you know how much this food costs?
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
How much are we paying for this food?
Just give me this jump van. All right.
Okay, it will fit you.
It will fit me.
It will fit you.
It will fit me. I'm like a man anyway.
This is size 6. This is size 6.
Are you saying I'm fat?
No, oh Jesus Christ. Can we stop?
Stop. Guys, just kill him in the comments already. Just kill Kay in the comments. But on a serious note, let's get you to introduce yourself. Tell us your name, tell us where you're from, tell us what you do.
Okay. So name's Kay. Akimumi. Kay is Kayode.
Yeah.
So Nigerian, born in Nigeria, lived there for 14 years, actually 15. I wasn't raised there, but I lived a huge part of my life
15 years,
Agege. I'm a very proud Agege boy, proud Agege boy.
My parents have a house there, so we're kind of related.
Yes, exactly. That's how we're connected.
Yeah.
So, moved to the UK in 2004, joined my family, my mom, more precisely my mom.
Guys, he likes to emphasize this point.
Yeah.
See, Kay's mom, we carry her on our head, not shoulder, because when Kay is emphasizing these things with his chest, continue.
So what do I do?
Don't be humble. Tell us who you are.
So I run a fintech platform.
Uncle, use your title on LinkedIn. I'm a founder, co-founder, CEO.
No, but that's the thing though. That's not who I am.
It's not who you are. It's part of what you do.
Yeah,
so what do you do? Tell us.
Yeah, so I run a fintech platform.
Tell us all about it.
Okay. This is the bit where I'm shy.
I know.
Suddenly become shy.
So Kay is the CEO of a fintech platform called Zazu.
Zazu.
If you want to transfer money from abroad, go Africa. their platform will make sure they not cheat you. Have I
Okay.
advertised it properly?
That's it. Yeah. Brilliant.
Exactly. There was this thing, you guys, there's this slogan, something before you
Check before you send.
check before you send.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and pop Zazu, everything about Zazu on the screen right here. But this is the brain behind it, amongst other fine Nigerians.
Yeah.
All of them on the Zazu team, they're fine, eh? Hey, I'm just like, God. I don't only keep friends that are smart. I also select them when they are fine. See everything are packaging for this life.
Wow. Wow. Wow, Viv. Wow.
I'm sure you didn't see that coming.
I totally didn't see that coming.
So yeah, this is
Yeah.
part of the Zazu management team, and you guys are doing a great job.
Thanks.
I am
you.
very proud of you.
Thank you.
I mean, you should follow them on LinkedIn. Some days when they put some post up, I'm like, these guys have broken the ceiling of, you know, when they say CEO, founder, co-founder, CTO, that used to carry full chest to come. This one will just wear, is it jumper?
Hoodie.
You just wear hoodie and
Yeah.
just be giving us some posts that will just get us to go, what happened there? What happened there? You just came out of the gym and you have that inspiration. Uncle, now balance it out.
Yeah, I think like what we're essentially doing is enabling Africans in the diaspora to have incredible experience when it comes to like how you manage money, send money, or receive money. Because at the moment it's quite biased.
Yeah.
Very, very biased in terms of. I mean, there's just a lot of things is biased. Whether you're getting a loan, you get higher interest rates just because you're African.
Yeah.
If you're sending money, you get high rates and fees just because you're African. And it happens globally, right? Not just in Africa, but even in diaspora as well. So for us, you know, we're building a platform that will eliminate that bias and make sure Africans globally can move money, manage money, and invest the money. And at the same time have like world-class financial experience, and we truly mean that, because otherwise like we wouldn't even do it. Like there's no point to like run a business. It's a very tough thing to do, right?
It is.
Like, so for us it's really driven by enabling, making sure that our people have incredible financial experience wherever they are, whether you're in Nigeria or in the US or in China or in the UK, and to be treated like a first-class citizen in the financial service world.
Guys, can you see the humility to which Kay is just describing Zazu? See, this is how I choose my friends. See, pride goes before
stop
before.
it.
The guy is blushing. You are black. You cannot blush. I beg. See, did you see the humility when he's just talking from the heart? And that's one of the things I value about the Zazu management team. Like when I chat to all four of you, it's the heart to it for me. That's true. I'm gonna cut that part out. They do a mean party, these guys. When they do party, I missed this year's one.
Yeah, we've got another one in January. Yes.
Hopefully, or Marion. I mean now Omicron, whatever that's.
Oh yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Okay, so there's opportunity to party in January?
Yeah. Actually, there's an event that it'll be good for you to attend, actually.
Okay.
Like founders events. It's going to be a good option to network.
See, this is how they'll be carrying me to founders event. Before I started Incredible Everyday, well, you would not tell me that this founder thing was hard though. Now, all of them would just be carrying chest as if it's easy. It's very nice. Until I entered, I was like, they didn't tell me the truth.
Yes.
I found no triumph.
But that's
hard.
why it is hard. Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah. That's probably the fun though, isn't it?
Yeah, I've grown a lot. Though.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Oh, did I tell you I finally have a mentor? Oh my God. My first mentor meeting, I felt like I've been to the Founders University for 3 years.
Wow.
In an hour.
Wow. Yeah.
I'll tell you that another time. Anyways, okay, you're going to close my vlog.
Okay, how do you close?
This is the final Vlogmas episode. I know it's long, guys, but I think this guy smashed it. Like, come on.
Did I?
He smashed it.
Okay.
Telling us about coaching as an African black somebody that was not born in the abroad. Come on, that's a big deal. So you're going to close my vlog, and if you ask me how you're going to close it, that means you have never watched my video to the end. There's a problem. This
Jesus
friendship is
Christ.
about to go down.
Yay!
Wahala day.
Well, okay, I'm gonna stop.
Okay, so what you need to say to people is thank them for watching.
Okay.
Tell them to subscribe. Tell them to watch future videos. And tell them to tell us the best part that they like about this film.
Okay. Cool.
So, on 3, 2, 1, action!
Thank you very much if you're still watching, thank you very much for watching until the end. It's been an incredible experience sharing this moment with you. This is the final episode.
Yes, for Vlogmas, yeah.
Let us thank God for putting Vivian into our lives and sharing this moment. She's a goddess, she's a queen, she's an incredible person. And the only person I can think of for projects such as The Incredible Everyday Woman, which I think is an inspiring project, and it will make an impact in the world. More important in the lives of women. I truly believe that.
Thank you.
So anyway, like, subscribe, share this video with all of your friends, and we'll see you next week.
Woo! It's goodbye from us, 2021. Bye.
Bye.